dismissed every accomplishment I've made. You've talked about my father. Well, you call me an entitled millennial, I call you a carny succubus, because the dirty secret about you, the dirty secret is you need this generation more than it needs
What
you.
up, y'all? It's KMB, the Sexy Ninja, in the place to be for a Paper Saber universe, and I am trying to pick up my daughter. I've been trying to do this podcast all stinking yesterday. Things just kept coming up left and right, and then I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it today, this morning. No, I got hooked into helping out my mom this morning, but it was fine. It was fine. You know, I got to go to Savers and take her over there and hang out for a bit. And then I came home. I turned on Star Wars, A New Hope, and I've seen this movie a bazillion times. And I'm like trying to be productive and get my day off, you know, all my shenanigans out of the way. And I'm like, all right, podcast is on the list. I'm going to talk about Collision, February 8th, 2025. That's what I'm going to talk about. But your boy got distracted with Star Wars like I always do. And man, I kept on getting mad at myself. I was like, man, Kyle, you need to do this. Man, you need to do this, okay? You need to do this. And I'm like, oh, Ben and Vader are gonna fight Obi-Wan, you know. And I'm sitting there, it's like in awe. And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, no, you gotta get a podcast. So I was like, you know what? I'll do the podcast while I go pick up my daughter. So that's what I'm doing. I'm in line waiting for her. But let's talk about Collision here in Houston, Texas. Tony Nigel on commentary at Fort Bend Epic Center. We started off with Jon Moxley. I'm glad we got this out of the way. What was nice, though, is I got to see this on Saturday night, and my wife she loves WWE. She'll watch WWE all day with me. But she did something different. She's like, you know what? I want to watch AEW tonight. And I was like, oh, so what? I was like, oh, okay. Sure. You know, let's go into this crazy world. And I'm glad we got the Jon Moxley stuff out of the way. You know, him and telling Kobe, you don't need this conversation. And then after that went away, and we moved on to the better stuff in this show, we had Undisputed Kingdom versus Daniel Garcia, Daddy Magic and Cool Hand and the what the hell's their names? Shane Taylor Promotions, yeah. Awesome match. I gotta say, it is my match of the night. These and then Daddy gets on commentary real quick during this match. He's like, look at boys, look at me, pulling double duty. You know, he's in the ring. But Undisputed Kingdom gets the win. And of course, here comes the Mox cult. They have to attack, you know, Pac, Yuta and Claudio. They have to. But like I said, this was such an awesome trios match here between these three teams. Then we get an FTR package. Then we get Alicia with a Max interview. You know, he's the best wrestler in the world. Blah, 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 blah. No, you're not. Then we go into Bandito versus Brian Keith. This is where my wife's like, Bandito, who's this guy? I was like, this guy's awesome. Like, and with Brian Keith, the bounty hunter, oh wait, the bad apple. I told her the only thing that makes me so mad is the fact that Brian Keith is tied into this whole learning tree bullshit. Like, I just let Brian Keith be Brian Keith. But this match right here was awesome against Bandito. Bandito got the win. Then we get Lexi with Hobbs. You know, Hobbs is angry. He's mad. He says, I'm going to come and beat Big Bill's ass. That's what I'm going to do. Whoop that ass. Then we get LFI versus Squash Gang. But LFI starts beating down one of the Squash members. And I'm like, and the other guy's just looking. I'm like, are you going to save him? They're about to rip off his mask. But no, here comes Commander. Here comes Superpower Hologram for the save. You know, I was like, ooh, this is going to be interesting. LFI against these two. I'm down with that. I am down to see what's going to happen. Then we get Lexi with Thunder. Don't really care. Then we go into the Harley concert and we get Puppet Money. That was awesome. My wife was like, who's this Harley? I was like, oh man, Harley Cameron's amazing. She's funny. She's talented. She's learning how to wrestle. She's, she did this great quote saying like, I love the business and I just want to keep learning. And she's just funny. Like, she's very talented. And her doing this concert with Puppet Money. And of course, here comes the real Money. But at Grand Slam, we are going to get these two facing each other for the TBS championships, and I am rooting for Harley to whoop that ass. It's happening, folks. But this was fun. If you haven't seen this, you should watch it. It's hilarious. It's like probably like the best thing Mercedes Moné has been tied into is with Harley. Then we get Lexi with Buddy and Okada because they got a match at Grand Slam Australia for the Continental Championship, right? I get that one and the international one mixed. Oh, international's Takeshita. But yeah, these two, they want to beat each other's ass. But the audio was crap too. So what can I say? You know, my wife sees the good and the bad, and she's just like, you know, there's some really great talent here. And I'm like, that's the thing, is I come here for the wrestling. I wish there was story, but I come here for the wrestling. And like the next one is Dustin Rose versus Squash Gang. He cuts a promo afterwards, you know. Then we get the Death Riders backstage cutting promos. And I really want to see what Dustin Rose does with Mr. MJF. Then we go right into Penelope versus Thunder. Really didn't care. There was a mascot there. Thunder gets the win. Then Megan Bayne comes out. And Megan Bayne's like, and she beats down Thunder. And I'm like, cool. I'm just not the biggest Thunder Rosa fan. Yeah, but we go, and then we have a Mariah May versus Squash Gang. Mariah May wins, of course, and she's dressing up Mariah, this person like Tony Storm. And there's this great moment where Luther comes out. He has the shoe of all things. He brings the shoe out, and you know, she chases Luther off, Mariah May, and she's about to beat up Squash Gang, but it wasn't Squash Gang. It was Tony Storm. I popped. I got so excited. She gets up, and we got the shoe, you know, and Tony gets her revenge. Love this moment right here. It was a quick switch and bait type thing, man. This was like the best thing on tonight. Well, besides wrestling. Then we got Don Callis family. You know, he has Mark Davis with them, and we got Ozzy Open there. I don't know if they're going to go by Ozzy. There was a whole thing with Ricochet and Bun B, you know, hating on his food and stuff like that. Well, okay, what's next? Then we have our main event of the night. Mark Briscoe versus Kyle Fletcher, and oh my gosh. You know, I got to take it back. This was my match of the night. These two went to war. They beat the hell out of each other. I had so much fun with this match, and my wife was like, you know what, that was a pretty damn good show. And I was like, yeah. I go, once you get the Mox crap out of the way and other things, and you just pay attention to the wrestling itself, it's a really fun time, and it's just a really great time just to be a pro wrestling fan, because you get to see all these crazy moves and stuff like that, and why I love wrestling itself. So overall, though, I gotta say, yeah, Mark and Kyle, that is my match of the night. Second to that is Undisputed Kingdom versus Dan Garcia, Daddy Magic, Cool Hand, and Shane Taylor Promotions. I don't know why I keep forgetting their name. Let me see what else did I miss on here. Looking through my notes while I'm driving and at a school. I don't think that's a smart thing. We got Revolution coming up March 9th. We got Grand Slam next Saturday. And that's it. That's all. I honestly give this Collision a 4 out of 5. Great moment of the night was Harley's concert with Puppet Monet. Such good stuff there. The matches, of course, Mark Briscoe and Kyle Fletcher just going to war. Tony Storm getting her revenge on Mariah May and the switch and bait, you know. Awesome stuff here tonight, guys, and I was very happy. I was very happy with this Collision. But that is Collision, February 8th, 2025. Tony Nigel on commentary at Fort Bend Epic Center in Houston, Texas. We're on to another week. Monday Night Raw is upon me tonight. Maybe I should finish A New Hope first, though. Get more distracted. I swear, guys, I have a Star Wars problem. You think I have a pro wrestling problem? Well, I do, but when it comes to Star Wars, there's no shutting that off in my brain. That's 24/7 with pro wrestling involved as well. So, but that's it. That's all. Tell me what you thought of the show. Drop your comments below. What was your match of the night? Huh? What was your match? All right, y'all. Show your grandma, show the bum down at Walmart. I am KMB the Sexy Ninja, and remember that the New World Podcast is for life, brother.
Miren eso. ¡Wow! Suplex y de puntito.